Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another video from CryptoScoop FM. Today's show is actually packed with a lot of alpha and research because there's just so much happening in the world of Bittensor that I felt this video warranted a much larger time frame. And so what I really want to talk about today in this video is the nexus between Bittensor subnets and CreatorBid. If you don't know what CreatorBid is, then stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what this nexus is about and how this could present unique asymmetric opportunities in upcoming agent coin launches on the CreatorBid V2 agent launchpad platform. So stick around guys. This is going to be a larger video because I spent a lot of time researching this, and I think context is important, not just in how you place your bets, but also in how you strategically think about navigating the whole maze, right? So this is still going to be me pretty much focused on Bittensor because I think it's an important innovation and discovery in humanity, decentralized AI. But I'm going to spend a lot talking about CreatorBid as well. Why I think this approach, the strategy to align themselves with the Bittensor subnets makes a lot of sense. And what is the end goal here, right? How do we use this nexus, this matrix, to make financial rewards, right? So if this is the first time you're joining my channel, I am Rohit. I've been in crypto for the last 4 years. I helped Polygon Labs set up the 100 million ecosystem growth fund. I've held multiple exec roles in crypto, and before that I spent about a decade working in TradFi. So with that quick intro, let's dive in. Okay guys, before I jump in and talk about all of the alpha that I'm going to present you across Bittensor ecosystem and CreatorBid, I want to say that none of this is financial advice. If you're going to make any financial decisions based on any part of this video, know that it is all upon you. You are the ultimate risk bearer, the risk taker. I do not have any responsibility. And it's important that you do your own research. With that guys, let's dive in. Alright guys, so I first want to lay some context on CreatorBid, right? So CreatorBid is a decentralized agent launchpad. It's currently active on the base ecosystem as well as the BNB chain, which is the chain created by Binance. Now it's, long story short, it allows any builder who is creating an AI agent to launch a coin associated with that agent, right? That's what CreatorBid does. Now, for the last couple of days, I've been looking at and leaning into the CreatorBid ecosystem because I got intrigued when I saw a bunch of different subnets kind of tweeting about them. And and many of the KOLs or informed people in the Bittensor community were also talking about the stuff that was happening here. So I started digging, and I found a bunch of different tweets and posts which kind of frame my entire thesis around CreatorBid. So it all started on the 10th of April, about 2 months back, when CreatorBid introduced the CreatorBid TAO Council. Now, what is the CreatorBid TAO Council? Why does it exist? And what is the growth? What is the objective, right? We all know that many of the subnets that are operating in the Bittensor ecosystem are currently extremely young, right? Many of them don't have a product yet. Many of them don't have any clear or sustainable emissions. And so this creates a bunch of different challenges. The biggest challenge amongst them is sustaining themselves, sustaining the operations so they can get to a point when they can have a real working product which goes out there and starts making money. And this is where CreatorBid gets interesting because the goal of the CreatorBid platform is to help create AI agents, is basically to connect agent builders with Bittensor subnet builders. And so, let's say subnet 44 Score Vision, which has built this computer vision, platform, machine learning model, powered by all of this football footage. An agent builder can then use the API of subnet 44 Score Vision to create an agent that goes out there and does sports predictions and has a wallet and is automatically also betting and making money. And this is exactly what DKING DAO does, right? DKING is or DraftKing is an AI agent that was launched on CreatorBid and is powered by subnet 44. Another example is AION5100, another prediction market agent, which is powered by subnet 6, Infinity Games. And I was intrigued when I saw that both of these launches generated over $1 million in treasury funding through the 2% automated sales stack mechanism. What is this 2% automated sales stack mechanism? Every time there is a transaction, a buy or a sell transaction on the CreatorBid Launchpad on any agent coin, 2% of the transaction fees goes to the treasury wallet. And this treasury wallet is essentially, owned by the team behind DKING. In this case, this is subnet 44 and subnet 6, which is great because now you have a perpetual, and sustainable revenue based on all of the transactions that are happening on these agent coins. Not only that, you're able to showcase a real life product powered by the agentic framework to allow end users to experience the subnet in the form of an end product. So, many a times there's this confusion, but, it's very clear that all of these subnets are essentially like AI backends, and then these agents are AI front ends. And the back end and front end is kind of working together to create this, loop of product and delivery. So long story short, they create a bid, based on these two launches and their experience, realized that Bittensor subnets could actually be an incredible opportunity to power the next generation of utility agents on the blockchain, powered by the AI backends of many different subnets, right? And so they created the CreatorBid TAO Council, which essentially aims to, solve the revenue, operating income problem for these subnets by generating cash, and also, create a council which essentially comes together to discover and identify agentic concepts that could be launched on CreatorBid with the help of a CreatorBid grant. And the council will also act as a mentor, as an acceleration team who will work with these agentic builders, incubate them, give them a grant, work as an advisor, and help them figure out what's the best way to utilize the full power of a given subnet. On why even just a single subnet? Maybe even combine many of the many of the underlying potential of different subnets and combine them together to create an agent, which I think presents a very unique and interesting opportunity. So that's the fundamental that you need to understand, that they have set up the CreatorBid TAO Council, and the goal of this council is to help connect agent builders with TAO subnet builders with the goal of launching agent coins on CreatorBid, right? So far, there have been at least a little over half a dozen different subnets who are now part of the CreatorBid Council. This includes subnet 6, which is Infinity Games, subnet 44, which is Score Vision. It also includes Tensor Pulse, which is the team behind Shogun, which is another token which is launched on CreatorBid. It includes Bitmind AI subnet 34, It includes get master file subnet 42. It includes DPs, which is managing subnet 11 and 58. And it also includes neural internet, which is subnet 27, and sturdy finance subnet 10. Latent holdings most recently, again, this was announced May 19th, which is powering tau hash, which is um, which is the subnet trying to decentralize Bitcoin hash rate production. So we can already see all of these subnets, kind of building different AI backends, all the way from prediction market models to computer vision to InfoFi, decentralized financial AI, deep fake detection, real-time data networks, companion AI persona, decentralized compute. All of these different subnets are now part of this council, which I think is great news, because now we will be able to showcase the power of these subnets via the distribution capabilities of CreatorBid. Not only does this create a flywheel of speeding up go to market for many of these subnets, but it is an incredible opportunity for many of these subnets who are struggling with unordered emissions, which is basically based on the market price of each of these tau alpha tokens, alpha subnet tokens. They can now create differentiated and maybe even predictable sources of revenue to keep going. So yeah, so that's the basis so far. Just to give you some context as well, CreatorBid thinks that agents are all set to become, they think agents are set to become the primary demand driver for many of these subnet APIs. They think the subnets are building the backends, and the agents will power the front end, and this will create a positive demand loop for the production of all of this incentive based AI, which AI models, AI solutions that various subnets are building. When I personally think of this idea, I think it's actually really cool, simply because by creating agents, you're able to showcase the quality of your subnets. You're able to show a practical application of the model you're building, like DKING, for instance, guys. This is a sports prediction agent which was launched on CreatorBid. I think last I saw it was trading at approximately $18 million or something, which is, if you think about it, huge amount of money. Daily volumes are also, pretty crazy. And so because there is so much volume, because there is so much distribution of the product, people are starting to notice what DKING is actually capable of. It's built on top of subnet 44. It's able to, find prediction on, on sports matches, football matches. And now there is this, there is this large sports hedge fund, sports betting hedge fund, which is committing $300 million, guys, 300 million, quote unquote, which will be given to this AI agent to then go out there, make bets, and make money on behalf of the fund. Think about it, guys. That's so cool. That's next level product market fit in one way, and also a great direction that, okay, here's another way that we can go to market, partnering with CreatorBid, being a part of this council, having our voices heard, and collectively figuring out what could be the way to revenue, what could be the way to discovery of many of these subnet underlying solutions, the models that they're building, and then create something on top of that. So this is part one of the video, guys. This is all about Bittensor and CreatorBid and how this partnership works. Already 7% of all Bittensor subnets are now part of the CreatorBid TAO Council, and they are continuously having conversations with other subnets as well, trying to bring them into the fold, work together. They're offering they've raised the grant, if an agent idea is actually accepted, then $100,000 worth of grant in the form of a liquidity program will be provided to the agent builder, which will allow them to find the seed liquidity needed to get the agent going in the market. So this is all about this partnership between or this council between Bittensor and CreatorBid. I personally think it's kind of very interesting, and this actually now brings me to the more juicy part of my conversation, where I'm going to tell you exactly how you can participate on CreatorBid and take advantage of this opportunity. So guys, let's jump in and talk about CreatorBid, right? Let me share my screen with you 1 second. All right, guys. So somewhere around 3 months back, CreatorBid announced, or they teased us with CreatorBid V2 or version 2. The not much was revealed, in this post, and I'll link all of these posts in the video description below, so you can also read it. But essentially, what this post said was, hey, we have this agent launchpad, we know it works, we have tried to create a sustainable business model that has this 2% token tax which goes to the treasury and supports agent builders, and we have also achieved a self-sustaining revenue generation model, so we can sustain ourselves as well. The model is broken because it works really well in the bull market but breaks down in the bear market. So what can be done? Folks who are participating in this ecosystem aren't just pumping and dumping agent coins, but are actually using the underlying agent in order to solve a problem in their life. And this is exactly what V2 is all about. And so in the mid of April, 17th of April, they did their first reveal of what V2 is. So guys, long story short, the primary goal of CreatorBid version 2 is to reward aligned users and builders. What does that mean? It basically means that if you start participating in the CreatorBid ecosystem, and you start using these agents, the underlying products, and also support them by making sure that you buy and hold the bid token, and you also buy and hold the agent tokens. The longer you hold these two, the greater is your influence in the ecosystem and greater are your rewards. Now, the foundation of this entire process is essentially earmarked on the bid level. Now I'm going to show you a screen very quickly because I think it's best to see a live video and how it works. So this is the user dashboard, and as you can see on the left corner, we have bid level, right? And so the bid level essentially shows how involved are you in the CreatorBid ecosystem. And the primary driver of your bid level is essentially how much bid have you staked in the ecosystem. So in my case, I have staked approximately 7,750 bit, which I think at current prices is approximately, yesterday when I did it, or day before yesterday, this was approximately 500 US. But for anyone to participate in this new, CreatorBid economy, the minimum number has been reduced from 5,000 bit to now 2,500 bit. So with 2,500 bit, which is probably roughly maybe under $200, you can start participating in the CreatorBid ecosystem and start increasing your bid level. Now the next logical question is, why do I want to increase my bid level? Well, you want to increase your bid level because it unlocks a range of different benefits, right? So what are these benefits? This includes number one, bid reward emissions. So under V2, they have also made an update to their tokenomics and announced something known as bid emissions. What this means is that the longer you hold and stake your token, you will get a time boost. And you can see, like, if I lock my tokens for 7 days, I get a 1.2x boost, and the boost is given based on the average time your bid is stored in the world, right? And the more the boost, higher is my bid level, higher is my proportionate share of the total bid token rewards emitted to each of the participant, folks who are basically staking their bid. Now, there are other ways to also increase your bid level. This includes things like endorsing different agents, which is basically, you're not spending any of this money. All you're doing is basically, for all of the available agents listed and launched on CreatorBid, you're basically showcasing which ones you find the most useful. So in my case, I have endorsed AION5100, I have endorsed Agent, I have endorsed Shogun, I have endorsed Cow, I have endorsed DKING, I have endorsed OAT. One thing that you should know or note in my endorsements is that all of them, with the exception of Agent Algo, are somehow or in some way, shape, or form related to the Bittensor ecosystem. So yes, I am playing this bet that the TAO Council will play a critical role, the CreatorBid TAO Council. We will see a lot more TAO native agents launched via CreatorBid, powered by subnets, and I'm going to continue endorsing them because I think Bittensor subnets is really presenting an asymmetric opportunity in the decentralized artificial intelligence space. And by supporting them, by endorsing them, two things happen. One, more discovery of these tokens. The greater the discovery of these tokens, the greater is the participation, which is basically people buying these agent tokens. Greater would be the membership or adoption of these agents, which is basically using the agent to solve the problem or using the underlying product. So long story short, there are 4 key factors that drive your bid level, right? So number 1 is your time weighted bid staking. So as you already see, I have staked 7,750, right? The longer I stake, I repeat, the greater is the weightage, right? Or the greater will be the boost that I receive to increase my bid level. And as my bid level increases, I will receive a greater share of all the rewards that are unlocked via CreatorBid. Today, the weights are set to 50%. So 50% of all of the bid level weight, right? Of what determines your bid level, 50% of it is a function of your, of how much and how long you stake your bid tokens. 20% is a function of staking agent tokens. So what does staking agent tokens means? Let me give you an example. Let's say I have DKING here. So if I go here, if you see here, there is a button called membership. And if I click on it, you can see that right now I can lock my tokens, right, to get membership of the token. So let's say I select 25% and I lock up, right? What happens when I lock up? So I'm not going to go through this transaction, but just to give you an example, once I lock up, what will happen is essentially I will get underlying access to the terminal. And in one way, I am supporting the growth of DKING, because by taking a membership, I not only get access to the platform, the tokens go out of circulation. As the tokens go out of circulation, if there is more demand in the market for these tokens and there is less supply, it will lead to increase in prices, and increase in prices will be will be better for the ecosystem because there's going to be more volume. More volume will lead to higher rewards. As you can already see, there's $200,000 in their treasury, which is basically a function of all of the volume that has happened on the DKING token. I highly recommend that you come here, you go through all of the stuff that they've posted here. It will give you a good sense of what's really happening here, right? So this is the second pillar of what influences your bid level. So first pillar is your bid vault and your time weighted bid stake. The second pillar is your agent membership or agent stake. The third pillar is what is known as YAP or yapping and ranking higher. What is yapping, guys? Guys, yapping is basically this idea that you can that you essentially become an influencer of sorts. So what this means is, and let me show you the CreatorBid yapping dashboard here. What this essentially means is that you go to the CreatorBid platform, connect your Twitter handle, which I have already connected, as you can see on the top right side, and you will have social score. And your social score is based on your connected X account's social graph and performance. And a high social score will translate into a higher behavior score, which will also impact your bid level. So what this means is, if now that my account is connected, and this is the Yapper leaderboard, you can see the list of the most popular ones, and what this unlocks is these guys are basically on X today talking about CreatorBid, talking about all of the different agents which are live on CreatorBid, and essentially creating mind share and attention around the CreatorBid ecosystem and all of the AI agents that are live on the CreatorBid ecosystem. The higher the mind share, the greater is basically your ability to increase your bid level weight. So 15% of what influences your bid level weight or your bid level is a function of how much and what quality of content you create to amplify the CreatorBid ecosystem and the agents that are live on CreatorBid. Finally, the last remainder 15% is based on your agent token buy volume. So if you come to the first tab on the left hand, you will see a list of all the agents that are live on CreatorBid right now. There are about 4,493 agents. And then there is this tab called Leaderboard, which shows you the top 50 agents on CreatorBid. And these top 50 agents are essentially top 50 by market cap. So you can scroll and you can see all of these different agents, who they are, what they do, right? You can click and explore each. And let's say I click on this one, Sally. And I come here, I come to this page. On the right hand side, you can see this little swap window. So I can connect my account. I can select if I want to buy this, and I can do swap. So this is basically creating volume, right? Volume is nothing but the total of buying and selling in dollar amount for a given token, right? So 15% will be a function of how active you are in terms of buying, right? Creating buy volume, quote unquote buy volume. If you come and sell, that would probably not work. So you need to buy and hold. The longer you hold, the higher is the boost that you get. The more boosts you get, that will increase your bid levels. The more bid levels you have, you get bid reward emissions. Now I want to quickly summarize, because I don't want to make this video like extremely long, but I just want to say that there are a bunch of other benefits as well that we are getting. One of the biggest of them is what is known as participation, and this is the biggest change that CreatorBid is doing with V2. Like until now, which agent would essentially launch on CreatorBid was a function of CreatorBid team deciding, okay, I like the team, I like the idea, let's launch the agent coin. But with CreatorBid V2, they are essentially empowering the community. In other words, people with at least bid level 1 can now decide which agents should go live. And the way they do this is based on their voting power. Now, voting power is a function of, how much bid is logged in the vault, and also how much of your bid you've used for endorsement. So I have 7,750 bid in the vault, and if I show you my endorsement page, I have endorsed a total of 900 plus 19. That's around 2,000, around 400, 2,400, 832. Another 2,050, 200, another 1,300, about 6,500 odd. I have endorsed, right? So 7,000 plus 7,000, 14,000 odd bid in total would be considered to calculate my voting power, and I will use this voting power to then signal, right, which upcoming agent should actually be launched, right? Now, it's important to note that they would consider your vote as an extremely important signal. So please do your research, do some diligence on the project, see who is building it. Is this a valuable agent? Don't just waste your vote, because my thinking is at some point in time, the collective votes or the collective signaling of the entire ecosystem would actually matter a lot in terms of the rewards that you unlock. Okay, so what happens when you vote, right? When you vote, this token, let's say, and it reaches a cutoff number of bid based votes. In the current setup, this is 2 million bid votes. So if an agent achieves 2 million votes, it is approved for launch. Now this number 2 million, it can change anytime, so please be aware of what this new number is. But essentially what happens is, as soon as that happens, right, and because you voted in favor of launching this specific agent, whatever it might be, 37.5% of the supply of the token is added to a fixed price ecosystem sale. What does this mean? It means before the token goes to the secondary market for trading, you get an opportunity to buy a proportion of this token at a fixed price and at a very early stage. So, if I go to agents here, right, you will see that DKING is today valued at 16.9 million. That's the market cap. But under this scenario, you will be able to then participate in DKING sale. I mean, just for an example, I'm giving you this. I'm using DKING, but you would be able to get into a project like DKING at 100K market cap, fully diluted market cap, which is crazy, because if you would enter DKING at 100K market cap, which is currently trading at 16 million, you can already calculate what that upside looks like. So you get in at 100K market cap, you get a max allocation. So, no person can get an allocation of more than 0.5% of the FDV, which is approximately $500 per buyer. And all of the allocation is weighted based on your bid level, right? So the higher your bid level, again, everything ties back to your bid level, guys. The higher your bid level, the greater would be your allocation of this $500, right? Otherwise, you might only be able to buy $200 worth of it or $50 worth of it, because your bid level is low. So we need to do everything that we can to increase the bid level. The higher the bid level, we can then participate in these early token launches and, be able to gather this large upside. Now, it's also important to understand that in order to have all of this work for you, to make sense for you and for the ecosystem, what they have created is a concept called JEET score. What JEET score essentially means is that they will track misalignment of folks who who are essentially participating in the ecosystem only for the financial upside. What this means is, let's say I get access to, one of the upcoming token launchpads at $100,000 market cap. Let's say it's this one, right? And immediately after getting my allocation, I just go out there and sell my tokens. This would essentially negatively function to reduce your bid level, guys. And as your bid level goes down, your rewards go down. As your rewards go down, your future allocations, your ability to vote, your voting power goes down. Your voting power goes down. How much you can buy of an upcoming launch also goes down. So think about this, because Jeet Score is going to have a very important, role, and it will directly impact how much of the rewards and upside from this CreatorBid ecosystem can you harness, right? So I'm going to add all of the details, by the way, guys, because this is kind of complicated. There's a lot to think about. I'm going to I'm going to create a Twitter post around this, and share it on X. So if you're not following me on X, please do so today. My handle is @DJNRSC. You can find it on, you can just find me at DJNRSC, and you will find all of the details that I'm sharing with you. But coming back to the CreatorBid ecosystem, bid level is everything. Bid level is a function of how much bid you're staking and how long you're staking. Are you taking membership into these agents? How much you are yapping or talking about CreatorBid on X, on Twitter, and finally the volume of agent tokens that you buy and sell, right? So this to me is the complete coverage of how this works. I think this is a very cool initiative, and I think this will work really well for the Bittensor ecosystem as well. For the genesis of this entire program, they are offering 3.3 million bit tokens, guys. So the distribution would be 50% to bid level holders, right, and 50% to agents, of which 40% will go to members and 10% to endorsers. So which is why I'm saying again and again, do everything, like stake, become a member, endorse. The more you do it, and then finally talk about CreatorBid, talk about these agents, that's it. By combining these four, you increase not only your bid level, but also the proportion of emissions that you receive. That's one. And two, you get early entry at 100,000 market cap into many of these upcoming, agent tokens. Now, bringing it all together and summarizing why I think this is interesting for Bittensor, and why I think the next unlock of agentic coins or agents or through CreatorBid are essentially going to be powered by the CreatorBid TAO Council, by many of these subnet owners. Subnets today clearly are suffering from a challenge to keep themselves afloat. They are struggling to keep their emissions consistent, because now it's a function under dynamic tower function of the market price. And so this creates an interesting alternative, apart from doing OTC sales, to actually offer something which could work in the market, which could also allow them to test the underlying subnets, quality of AI product that they're producing, whether it's a machine learning model, a prediction market model, a financial prediction tool, or anything else. So put it together, CreatorBid early to participate, get access, increase your bid level, get access to upcoming agent coin launches, vote about which agents are interesting, get in at 100K market cap, guys. That's killer, because if something runs like DKING, we're looking at 500x upside or whatever. So I think this is interesting. This is great for us to voice ourselves in terms of not just going and buying like with our eyes closed, but also looking at what are the interesting agent tech solutions that are coming out from the Bittensor ecosystem, and build our own muscle around, okay, Bittensor actually works. It's not just vaporware. It's not just this idea of an incentive layer coordinating resources to create AI. It's actually creating useful products which might be at some point in time extremely good and adopted by millions of people. So that was the full, tete-a-tete around CreatorBid and Bittensor TAO agent tokens. I think this is an interesting opportunity. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Do drop a like. Tell me what you liked and disliked about today's video. What else would you want me to talk about? What else would you want me to cover? I'm always happy to, dive in and talk further. I'll see you again in my next video. Until then, sayonara.